yesterday and the day before we were talking about adding and subtracting. So we did a lot of like terms and the same exponents go together. Today we're multiplying, which is actually a completely opposite idea. So I've written these 4 examples, and something that really needs to be mentioned is that there's a big separation between these two things. Because on the left-hand side, we are adding, subtracting, whatever. So we know these. What is 5x plus 4x?
9x.
Easy, right? They both have x's. You just add the 9. I'm sorry, you just add the 5 and the 4. Then there's here where I've got a squared, but they're both y squared. So what's my answer?
4y squared.
Negative 4 y squared. So I'm adding. I keep the exponent the same. I keep the variable the same. So now let's go over to the right side. And on the right side, I am multiplying. So let's just do 5 times 4.
20x.
And what is x times x?
1x.
2x.
2x. 9x. 7 x squared.
X squared.
X cubed.
So these are not on your paper. I'm sure you've figured that out. We did this last week where I know that there's like an invisible 1, right? 1 plus 1, so x squared. Even if it were like g to the 3rd times g to the 3rd, what would that be?
G to the
6. 3 plus 3.
To the 2 cubed.
So, g to the 6. So my final answer is 20x squared. So today, we're multiplying. Today, we are going to be combining x's and making bigger exponents. Numbers go first. Positive 5 times negative 9.
Negative 9, or negative
45.
45.
Now, y squared times y squared.
Y 4.
Y to the 4th.
Oh, so we multiply the exponents.
No, we add 2 plus 2.
Oh, shoot, sorry.
Okay? If you can't see, move forward.
No,
Okay.
because the pen is like really thin. I can't really see.
Let me make the pen a little darker and heavier. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Grant.
So today is multiply. All right? Multiplying means exponents are going to be combined. Okay. So I'm going to go to the main idea section. Can you cross out where it says box method? Just draw a line through that. I have another method I'm going to teach you instead. So here's your math problem. 2x minus 1 times 3x plus 2. We are going to be multiplying everything by everything, basically. So this is one method. It's called foiling. Foiling means, it's an acronym, stands for first. You're multiplying the first numbers. Outside. Inside. And last. So foiling only works with 2 binomials. Notice how this is a binomial, 2x minus 1, and then this is a binomial, 3x plus 2.
What's a binomial?
2 terms, 2 things. So, first, let's draw little hoops. The first thing in this parentheses times the first thing in that parentheses. Draw a little hoop like I did. First times the first, which is 2x times 3x.
6x squared.
And then the one.
So, that makes 6x squared, right? Outside, the outer numbers. So draw a hoop under, this one goes under, 2x times 2. So this is a method of multiplying. And you go in a certain order so that you don't miss anything. Well, 2x times 2 is just 4x. Next in our list is inside. Inside means the inner things here. So that's going to be negative 1 times 3x. Negative 1 times 3x.
Negative 3x.
And then last is going to be negative 1 times 2.
Negative 2.
2.
So do you like combine these and do something?
You do. We're going to write them in just like a straight line. 6x squared positive 4x minus 3x minus 2. So 4x take away 3x is the only thing that can be combined. Okay?
Is that backpacks?
They have the same, exactly. So 4x minus 3x, you're going to just combine those because they're the same. The 6x squared in the front is going to stay 6x squared. And then the minus 2 is going to stay minus 2.
Wait, what did you do to get 1x?
I combined in the middle, the outside inside, 4x minus 3x.
Yeah, but what, like, did you do 4 plus 3 or is maybe?
Nope, I have 4 and then minus 3. So I took 3 away and I had 1 only left. This only works foiling with a binomial times a binomial. 2 things times 2 things. The next method I'm going to teach you is where you crossed out where I wrote box method is double distribute. So can you write the word double distribute on top of the word box method or under or near it? Double distribute means that I'm going to distribute this 2x right here needs to be multiplied by this 3x and by this 2. So let's draw those lines first. 2x gets multiplied by the 3x and 2x gets multiplied by the 2. Then the negative 1 has to get multiplied by this 3x, and the negative 1 has to get multiplied by this positive 2. So that looks like this. I'm going to draw my lines under. Negative 1 times 3x, negative 1 times 2. So I am going to get the same answer as if I FOILed. And the reason I'm teaching you 2 ways is because foiling is a very popular way, and you may hear it again, so I want to make sure you know what it is. But I think that double distribute is easier because sometimes it's not binomial times binomial. Sometimes there's 3 things or 4 things, so that makes it a little bit more tricky. So let's do our multiplying. Every hoop gets multiplied. 2x, let's start at the beginning. 2x times 3x. 6x squared, don't forget about that. Now it's the 2x times that end 2, that one way at the end. So 2x times 2.
4x.
Just, okay, 4x, yep. So the 2x is taken care of. So you then move to the negative 1. And underneath I drew my hoops. Negative 1 times 3x.
Negative 3x.
Negative 1 times positive 2.
Negative 2.
Negative 2. Okay, so only things I can combine are the middle. It's always going to be like that. 4x minus 3x. Same thing as the problem we just did. 6x squared plus 1x, and then the minus 2 is alone. Get the same answer. I'm going to spend most of my time today during this lesson double distributing because I think that's more useful with a variety of different polynomials. So, I'm going to do, for number 1, x times x, and then x times negative 7. Then I'm going to do underneath 8 times both things. 8 times x, 8 times negative 7. So you're just going to multiply them out and write them as you go. X times x. X squared. X times negative 7. Negative 7x. Now I'm going to do my bottom hoops. I got 8 times x. Then, lastly, 8 times negative 7. You're close. I mean, tell me more specific. It is 56, but it's a positive 8 and a negative 7. Yeah, negative 56. Good. So then my 2 middle ones, are like terms, they go together. -7 and +8. What is a -7 and a +8?
-1x.
Really close though. 1x. So the x squared in front is going to stay. The 56 at the end is going to stay. Oh, got to write it the proper way. And you're done. Your answers are always going to be a trinomial today. Number 2. Same thing. My hoops are going to be, the 3x is in front. That's first. So I'm going to make sure that it hits both numbers in the other parentheses. And then underneath, I'm going to focus on my -1, and it's going to hit both numbers in the second parentheses. So go lower. Now the order that you choose to multiply, I just start with the top 2 hoops and distribute that, and then the bottom 2 hoops and distribute that. But you could literally start from the bottom and go whatever way you want. So, okay. 3x times 2x. Not quite just 6x. 6x squared. 3x times +3. 3x times +3. 9x. Okay, now let's go to the bottom hoops. -1 times 2x. -1 times 2x. -2x. -1 times 3. Which one? -3, you're right. Yeah. Only the things in the middle can be combined because they are like terms. So I got a 9x, take away 2 x's. 9x, take away 2x. Seven x, thank you. The 6x squared in front stays. The -3 in the back stays. Good.
Those you do the hoops.
Yep. Do this. Oh, real quick, guys. Let's talk about this. You write it twice. That squared means write it twice. Last week, we saw things like this. 2x to the third. And that kind of meant, or let me do just to the second so that you guys see a similarity. We did this last week where the 2 went squared and the x went squared. But it does not work when you have a plus sign and a minus sign. This means write it twice. So you have to write the same parentheses in a row. Top hoops, draw them. Bottom hoops, draw them. And work on your own. Okay.
Smart.
You multiplied the 2 first ones and you got what? 4x squared? What happened to the 2 middle? -12 or negatives? Well, it was actually -6 and -6, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They didn't cancel.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
Okay. What's -3 times -3? So the 2 middle ones combine to become what? The 12 and -12x.
That 6 from.
-3 times 2.
That's it, right?
2 times -3.
Oh.
The +9 goes at the end. The 4x squared goes in front. Yes, sir.
Doesn't it turn into a 12x squared?
It does not, because like yesterday's lesson, this is just combine negative plus a negative. So I'm not multiplying. When I multiply, it becomes squared. But here, I'm just putting them together because they have the same backpack. So we got a lot. We got adding and subtracting today, and we got multiplication today. For real. Good. Number 4. All right, go. Go to it. Work with a partner. Tell me what happened to the first two?
9x. 9x plus 12.
Squared.
9x plus 12x.
Now tell me about the 12s.
Minus
7, 2, 9.
Right. But then I had a positive 12x, didn't I?
Yeah.
So what did they do?
Cancel out.
Awesome. Don't write anything. This answer is a binomial. It happens here and there. This is called the difference of squares because it's like a 3x and a 4 and a 3x and a 4, but the signs are different, plus minus. Difference of squares. Okay, let's try one that's more advanced. This answer will not be a trinomial. I'm going to say it right now because I'm not multiplying a binomial two things by a binomial two things. I got a binomial times a tri. So my answer is going to be even bigger. But it's the same. X times 5. X times 3x. X times negative x squared. And then negative 2 times 5. Negative 2 goes to the 3x. And the negative 2 goes to the negative x squared. So there's quite a bit of multiplying to go on. X times 5. Second, x times 3x.
Make squared.
X times negative x squared.
X squared.
No.
2x third.
X,
Negative
x to the
2x.
third, and it's a negative sign.
7. Oh. Negative x. Who volunteered too much?
Negative 2 times 5.
10.
Negative 2 times positive 3x.
6. Negative 6.
Negative 6x. Forget about. Okay, negative 2 times negative x squared.
positive x squared.
Try again. Negative 2 times negative 2x squared. Positive 2x squared. You need to make sure you go in order. The most important, powerful exponent in the whole list is the x to the third, x cubed. But it has a negative sign in front. So that leads the way. All alone. Then let's kind of see. Oh, look, here's an x squared. And then here's an x squared. So my reds can go together. Positive 3 times, or plus positive 2. 5x squared. Plain old just x's. Negative 6x, positive 5x. Negative 6 and positive 5 make what? Negative 1x. Last. Oh, just 10 all by itself. Oh, poor guy. But notice how right now nothing is the same. There's not any like terms anymore. So I keep it. This is called a polynomial. Anything more than 3, you just go to polynomial. Do number 6 by yourself. Have partner help. Work together. Go. Go ahead.
Okay, I got 8x cubed, take away 26x squared, plus 15x plus 3.
20 what? You went slow. You went fast. I'm going slow. What is it?
Sorry, I got 8x cubed, take away 26x squared.
26, huh?
Uh-huh.
I don't like that.
Wait, did I?
I think 26x squared actually, because look, the 20 was here,
And plus the 6,
and here was
the
a,
negative 6.
yeah, okay, go.
Take away 26x squared, plus 15x plus 3.
That's where you got it wrong.
Plus just a plain old 3. Kind of thinking it's maybe like a 5 at the end.
That's great.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got a
Well,
5.
there's also a negative.
But you got the screen.
The screen is red.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it went to sleep. I think it's probably still recording though, even though you guys can't.
That sounds more like the answer.
Well, 2x
Yeah, this is the answer.
2x times
I asked him.
Miss Grant, it's
Where'd you
13.
get that 26 from?
It's
What's that?
13.
Where'd you get that 3 from?
Where'd you get that 2 from? Where'd you get that 800?
What was that?
I got the 3 from adding the.
Okay,
It's actually.
so 15x plus 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
it does have an x.
And is that the answer that the rest of you got?
Yeah,
13x,
that's-
Miss Grant, isn't it? Because there's a negative 2x in it. Oh, and a 15x.
Yeah, that's the answer I got.
Okay, this looks good. So basically, I had to do this like 3 times. The 4x hit the 2 and the 5. The negative 3x hit the 2x and the 5. And the negative 1 hit the 2x and the negative 5. So a lot was going on here. Let me finish drawing my black lines. Hold on real quick. This one's like to 2x and to negative 5. That's how the line should look. Awesome. Okay, so let's get started on classwork, which let me skip to there. So, this is how classwork is going to work today. Let me stop recording.